Cannons, then you know that things are going right. Unfortunately, they went wrong immediately afterwards. Yeah. But he should probably play it.
I think he will.
And there it is. So, I mean,
Alistair is the more common counter, but I actually prefer...
I think Bard is so good.
I prefer the Bard. There are some cool Sona builds going around. Jin Karma's your favorite, I know. But,
oh yeah, love Jin Karma. So much value for the whole game. But the Bard was always going to be the choice. It's just a no-brainer. And what has been set up here.
It almost feels like Duro was like rotating around saying like, by the way, like even if Bard wasn't available,
I could have played these things.
Yeah, I could have actually played these other things that are really strong as well.
Not to mention the fact that there's a Dominus Crocodile that you can throw in on top of it.
When you just think about how much setup is required, though, and even though they have a ton of tools, and you think about how Gen G played those fights in game one, the Baron turn, Dragon, it's like, can they? Owie. Gnar is going to be really critical for damage later on, too.
Oh, Gumayusi down very low as we do have Canyon moving in. Magical Journey comes over as Ruler is looking a little bit worse for wear, but he still has barrier. He's fine. Gumayushi's dead for first blood, and Ruler still can press F if he's in any trouble.
I'm not entirely sure how this one really was sussed out by HLE, but they are in...
Oh, Delight's like, take me back! Take me back, Genji! Never mind, I'm not allowed to do that as he gets taunted, and he will get taken down. Canyon with the knock-up, Chovy with the punch, and Canyon might be in a little bit of trouble now as Kanavi... Oh, that Magical Journey doesn't work the other way around, as Canyon should have just pressed the button again. That would have been very funny, but he's not able to do so. As the matchup is, I was talking to you about it earlier on today. I was like, this is the fun matchup, right? Like Keen versus Zeus is always just some of the best top lane League of Legends that you can see. All right, Doro will find a Cosmic Binding. There's a Magnustorm, collects Ruler there as the Tempered Fate comes through, but it's not enough. The Ignite is going to tick down, and that is going to grab that kill. I'm pretty sure it was Ignite anyway, but still the answer is here for Gen G. Chovy no flash, so won't be able to get in there, but there's the knockup from Canyon, and the third Q nets him a double, and Gen G's response is just better.
Zeka doesn't have ult. Not sure what he used it for, but I think he should have been following that rotation from Chovy, because he had TP. And could have tried to come down to assist. Maybe he just ulted the wave after Chovy left, I'm not sure. But either way, see, he has it now.
Yeah, so maybe actually looked for Chovy with it.
Yeah, did he try to stop
interrupt?
Yeah, I think you're right.
It might have been
That's
late.
Exactly what happened, and he missed it. You see it on the minimap right there.
Oh.
Yeah, because that could have changed everything, right? Because without Chovy here, they don't get this additional kill.
Yeah, I think it would have been a 1-for-1. As we're going to see it from Chovy's perspective. As he was looking to come down, he's ulting, and oh man, just barely.
Oh, that hurts.
Yep. Looking for their first Drake of the game. Canyon is in position, just going to Umbrally dash over.
No way.
Down here as well. Oh my goodness, they just walk in. It is going to be secured by Kanavi as the three-man taunt from Chovy is huge. The curtains have been called, and the bullet time is gigantic. Canyon will find the passive proc onto Guma, and the heroic entrance comes down. A triple knockup comes in again, but they are just barely not able to get these kills. Guma will finally go down, but it is a disaster for Gen G. And so that just didn't really work, and instead kind of kept HLE safe instead.
Chovy's taunt angle there was so impressive, but when you contextualize the team fight, it kind of didn't really work out the way he wanted, I think. And I think we'll see a little bit more coordination between the Tempered Fate and the rest of the team in later team fights. So speaking of Duro.
Yeah, Tempered Fate going to come on through there to try and hold Guru in position. There's a Cosmic Binding as well as Canyon will get into melee range, and he's an Aatrox. He really likes that. That is going to be the Misfortune taking a rest. And Delight is also just taking too much damage. Ruler finds another bullet after reloading most of the fight, and will be able to take down the lady with horse pants.
Yep. Traveling pants back into the fountain.
Yeah, a little bit of a shame. As Chovy just gets cataclysmed. There is an orb, that's a shockwave, and Chovy, I think it's going to take some killing, but he's going to go down, and Zeka locks that one up.
That's big. I mean, Zeka is pretty...
Doing here is Duro does need to be a little careful, as Rift Herald is going to be the next fight as well, by the looks of things.
Ruler in a good position here.
The Delight comes out. We'll find a lot of damage. The Dancing Grenade does come on forward, so Delight's engage. A little bit muted now as Duro just moving up, wandering towards them as Keen is also on a decent angle. That is the steal from Cannon. He finds it this time, and Delight also takes a nap. Heroic entrance to join Keen here, who just hops on top of Gumayusi to take him out. Kanavi finds himself surrounded by bad guys, and Ruler just walks away from Zeus. And now Zeka is in trouble. The curtains have been called, and Zeus realizes he has to block it, and it doesn't even matter. Deadly Flourish now is the end of this Renekton. And as soon as I say it, Gen G just decide, no, we still are going to win that team fight that puts us in position to win the game.
Yeah, it's that 15.
That was a really good line, Wolf. Oh man, I really love that. As Keen is going to be in the Cataclysm, but he has Hop, so he's going to be okay from that. Meganar is not going to come in time. As now Canyon, 1 versus 3, doesn't really like this whole situation here as he does try to umbrally dash away. There's the pullback. He does have so much healing though, as Kanavi, oh no, it's another round of Qs. He misses the spear, and Canyon somehow 50%. They now look for another round of buttons, and they will be able to take him out. This Aatrox.
He fight to take.
Well, Keen is just going to walk towards Delight here. He's got that Meganar starting off. And HLE realize that they do not want to be diving in on top of that. Zeus does, though. Does manage to safely move himself over. There is some flanking going on here. A scary moment as Chovy waiting to press that R button. Will be able to do so at a moment's notice. Keen gets over the wall and won't have Meganar. So that is a little scary. There is the steal. It's Ruler that takes it away somehow. Heroic entrance to come on in. There's the gargoyle drop. And then he gets the taunt onto everyone. Gumayusi just trying to create the position. And he does manage to do so. Double up. Takes down both solo lanes. And now Duro has to flash to get himself out of the way. Canyon doing the same thing. And the Umbral Dash, I think, might be enough. As the spear is not. And Ruler, he's got one more bullet. Chovy having to deal with a whole lot of people.
5 people.
That's 5. Okay, that's too many. And so that is another kill going over to Zeka. 4-1 and 4 now.
Mid lane as well. Still a positive thing, but not, I think, as big as they would have hoped.
Kanavi just watches his red buff die as Delight is going to discover Canyon. He may not be able to escape this one. It's down to 50%. Duro is going to make his way over as Gumayusi with another bullet time. Canyon's not in the Tempered Fate, and so he's going to be taken out. Cosmic Binding's good, though, and Ruler is able to get himself to safety. The Bard not so lucky, as Keen might need to try and get over towards his Baron, but he can't. He has no teleport, and so this should go to HLE.
Okay, so this time the pick leads to Baron. This time it's actually huge.
All right, 9 minutes on the clock, Wolf. HLE,
right. So
they need to win this in 9 minutes time.
I wasn't going to... They need to get this Baron. They probably need to kill someone on Gen G at the same time to get the game time where they...
I mean, if they win a team fight right now, ace Gen G, then and get Baron, they can win the game.
100%.
All right, Canyon possibly in a bit of trouble. Magnetstorm finds absolutely nothing unless you count the air, though, as Chovy also finds himself in an awkward spot. The curtains have been called here for Ruler. He does find Gumayusi with one of the shots as Zeka takes so much damage from that last bullet. Zeus is in the front line, but there is no follow-up. Shockwave's still there, bullet time's still there. There's still a lot of damage on the table here for HLE, but they are scattering, and they are not pressing their buttons. Deadly Flourish gets flashed out of Gumayusi, and now he'll press the button. He finds Duro to lock him down, and Ruler is going to be taken out. Zeka is so close to dead, but it's still going to be a gargoyle on the floor, and Gen G are missing out on the rest of the fight. It's still going to be Canyon now, looking for an angle onto Zeus. He'll take him out with the help of Keen, who hits Mega, finds the Gnar, and takes out the jungler, as now Gumayusi's in melee range against Canyon.
It's not possible, Atlas.
But
it's not possible.
Gonna get out. No, it's not.
It's not possible for them to end the game in time now.
Yeah. All right, HLE. Let's try and get in there. It's okay. That is Zeus just taking way too much damage. Keen trying to get that Nabbar in order as Gumayusi's going to get put into the Tempered Fate. Magnetstorm to try and buy some time, and they dive on top of the Misfortune, and she's wiped out before she can press any buttons. Gen G, I think they may have just done it again. The flash forward Q1, 2, and 3. Is it going to come on in? That is the meat slap to slow him down. He's got another round of Qs, and Zeka is limping out of the way. Finally, Canyon locks it up. And it was looking like we were timing this game to see whether HLE could win quickly enough, but they may not win at all.
Yeah, they may lose before the time gets hit.
Wait, yeah,
got 8 seconds left,
34-43.
so I don't think
Genji,
so.
you don't have to worry about it, but it would be very funny if you won the game at exactly that time, as there it is, ticking over right now. So even if HLE defend, they're going to have to win another game in this series, and I have a feeling that this game is over, and match point is collected here for Genji. Everyone on HLE sweating just that little bit more profusely.